Welcome to Mia and Leo Talk.
Thanks for joining. We're happy you're here.
Like this content? Tap subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss our new lessons. Hi everyone, I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to our channel, Mia and Leo Talk.
Today, we are going to talk about something that feels like a little adventure, even if you are not far from home. It is a topic that smells like clean sheets and fresh coffee in a new city. We are talking about staying at a hotel.
That is a fun topic, Mia. Hotels are strange and interesting places. They're like temporary homes where someone else makes the bed for you every single morning.
That is my favorite part. I love a bed that is perfectly tucked in. It makes me feel like I am living in a dream. But Leo, tell me, do you remember the very first hotel you ever stayed in? Maybe a family trip when you were a kid in Boston?
Oh, let me think back. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. My parents took my sister and me to a small hotel near the coast in Maine. It wasn't fancy at all. It was an old building that smelled like salt, old wood, and the ocean breeze. I remember the key was a real heavy metal key with a big plastic tag. It wasn't a plastic card like we use today.
A real metal key. That sounds like something from an old movie.
It was. I felt like a secret agent on a mission. I remember the carpet in the hallway was a very bright, almost ugly orange color. But I didn't care about the color. I just wanted to get into the room so I could jump on the bed.
Jumping on the bed is a classic. Did your parents get angry?
No, my dad actually jumped with me once. We laughed until we couldn't breathe. It's a very happy, dusty memory of a summer afternoon. What about you, Mia? What is your first hotel memory from your childhood in Portland?
Mine was a very big hotel in the city center. I remember walking into the lobby and feeling so tiny. The ceiling was so high, with tall gold lamps, and a floor so shiny I could see my own face in it. I felt like a princess in a castle. I remember the elevator made a soft ding sound every time the doors opened. I spent the whole afternoon just watching people go up and down.
So you were the curious kid in the lobby.
Yes, that was me. I loved the feeling of the elevator moving. It felt like flying for just a second. And I loved the little soaps in the bathroom. They were shaped like little seashells. I didn't want to use them because they were too pretty to get wet. I actually took them home and put them in a box.
I know that feeling. Hotels make small things feel special. They turn a piece of soap into a treasure. But Mia, now that we live here in New York, we don't stay in hotels very often. But when you do travel for a design project, what is the first thing you do when you walk into a hotel room?
Oh, I have a very specific routine. First, I drop my bag on the floor. Then, I run directly to the window to see the view. It doesn't matter if the view is just a brick wall or a beautiful park. I just have to look outside. And after that, I check the bathroom to see if the towels are folded into shapes.
The towels. Why are the towels so important to you?
Because I love when the housekeeping staff makes art. Sometimes they make a swan or a flower. It makes me feel welcome and special. What about you, Leo? Are you a view person, or do you check something else?
I am much more practical. The first thing I do is check the bed for comfort. I check if the pillows are soft, or if they are as hard as rocks. And then I look for the power outlets. I need to know exactly where I can charge my laptop and my phone for work.
You are so Leo. I'm looking for towel swans, and you are looking for electricity.
Well, someone has to make sure we have power. But you know, Mia, sometimes hotels can feel a bit lonely, even if the room is very beautiful and the bed is very soft.
I agree. Especially when I travel alone for work. The silence in a hotel room at night feels different. It isn't the same as the silence in my apartment. My apartment has living sounds, the sound of Luna's paws on the wood, or the hum of my old refrigerator.
Right. In a hotel, the silence can feel a bit empty. That's why I always bring my own slippers from home. They smell like my apartment. It's a small way to stay grounded when I'm in a strange city.
That's a lovely idea, Leo. I usually bring a small lavender candle. When I light it, the room starts to smell like my own space. It turns room 402 into Mia's place for a few days.
Lavender and slippers. We are a very cozy team, aren't we? Speaking of room 402, do you remember that time we stayed at that mystery hotel upstate last autumn?
Oh my goodness. The one with the very long, dark hallway?
Yes! You told me you were brave, but then the lights in the hallway started to flicker.
I wasn't scared of ghosts. I was just surprised. The carpet was so thick that I couldn't hear my own footsteps. It felt like I was walking on a giant marshmallow in a dream. It was very strange.
And then we saw that shadow near the ice machine. You jumped so high.
It was just a tall plant, Leo. But in the dark, it looked like a giant person waiting for ice. We both stopped and held our breath for a minute. We looked like two statues in the middle of the hallway.
I admit it, my heart was beating very fast. But then we went back to our room, locked the door, and ordered room service. That made everything better.
Room service is the best medicine for a ghost scare. There is nothing in the world like a giant burger and fines being delivered to your door at 11 o'clock at night.
And the little tiny jars of ketchup. I never understand why ketchup tastes better when it comes in a tiny glass jar.
I don't know the reason, but it's true. I actually have a small collection of those jars on my shelf. They are perfect for holding paper clips.
That is very creative of you, Mia. You know, talking about room service makes me think about the other big part of staying at a hotel, the breakfast.
Oh, the breakfast buffet. That is the best part of any trip. I love waking up and knowing that I don't have to cook anything. I love walking into the breakfast room and seeing the big metal containers. I love the smell of toasted bread, fresh fruit, and strong coffee.
And you always take too much food, Mia.
No, I don't. I just want to try everything. A little bit of eggs, a small croissant, some yogurt with honey. It's a vacation for my stomach, too. I like to sit in a corner and watch the other people.
You always make up stories about the other guests.
I do. I see a man with a briefcase, and I think, he is a secret architect building a bridge. Or I see a family with backpacks, and I think, they are looking for a lost treasure in the park. It makes the morning feel like a movie.
I am much more quiet in the morning. I just want my black coffee and my phone so I can read the news. I like to find the quietest table, far away from the loud children and the television.
I know you do. You are like a quiet island in the middle of a busy ocean. While I am over there talking to the waiter about the best museum to visit.
And you always find the best places because you are so friendly. People want to help you. But Mia, have you ever had a really bad hotel experience? A place that wasn't like a castle?
Yes, once. I went to a design conference in a very old city. The hotel was very cheap because I was a student then. The room was tiny, smaller than my kitchen, and the window didn't open. The air felt like it was from 1950.
That sounds terrible. Was the bed okay?
No, the bed was as hard as a table, and when I turned on the shower, the water made a screaming sound. Eee! I had to wash my hair in cold water because the hot water never came. I felt so grumpy the next day.
I had a bad time once in a hotel near an airport. The walls were as thin as paper. I could hear the person in the next room watching a movie. I could hear every word. And then, a giant airplane flew over the hotel every 10 minutes. Roar! The whole bed would shake.
Oh, Leo. No wonder you always bring your noise-canceling headphones now. You need your bubble of silence.
Exactly. I need my peace. But you know what I really miss about hotels when I am back at home?
The little chocolates that the housekeeping staff leaves on the pillow?
No. I miss the Do Not Disturb sign on the door.
Why? You can put a sign on your bedroom door at home, Leo.
It wouldn't work. Luna does not respect signs. She doesn't care if I am sleeping or if I am busy. If she wants her breakfast at 6 in the morning, she will walk right over my face. She is the boss of my apartment.
That is very true. Luna is the only guest who never checks out and never pays the bill. She thinks I am her private waiter, and you are her favorite pillow.
And we love her for it. But tell me, Mia, if you could stay in any hotel in the world without worrying about the price, where would you go?
Oh, what a beautiful dream. I think I would choose a hotel in Paris, near the river. I want a room with a small balcony and big white curtains. I want to wake up, open the windows, and hear the city waking up. I want to smell the fresh bread from the bakery on the corner.
I can see you there. You would spend the whole morning on that balcony with a sketchbook.
And you would be next to me, drinking a perfect coffee and looking at the map. We would be so happy. What about you? What is your dream hotel?
I think I would like to stay in one of those ice hotels in the north of Sweden. Everything is made of ice. The walls, the tables, even the bed frame. They give you a very thick sleeping bag made of thermal material. It looks so quiet, blue, and peaceful.
Ice? But Leo, you hate being cold. You always wear a thick scarf and gloves the minute the temperature drops.
That is true. But there is something about the absolute silence of the snow and the ice that sounds amazing to me. No cars, no sirens, no noisy neighbors. Just the sound of the wind.
It sounds like a beautiful adventure. But I think I would stay in the hotel bar with a hot chocolate while you sleep on your ice bed.
That is a good plan. We can meet for breakfast. You know, Mia, hotels always make me think about the future. When you check into a hotel, you feel like a new person for a few days. You don't have to do the dishes, you don't have to worry about the mail.
That is very true. It's like a little vacation for your brain. You can pretend you are anyone you want to be. For 3 days, I am not a junior designer with a deadline. I am just a traveler in a new city.
Exactly. But tell me, do you like the very fancy hotels? The ones where a man in a hat opens the door for you? Or do you prefer the small boutique hotels?
I think I prefer the boutique ones. I love when every room is decorated in a different way. I once stayed in a hotel where the rooms were named after different colors. Mine was the sage green room. Everything was soft and green, and there were paintings of forests on the walls. It felt like sleeping in a garden.
I like those too. The very big hotels can feel a bit cold, like a factory. You are just guest number 502. But in a small hotel, the person at the front desk remembers your name.
And they remember that you always ask for extra towels. Leo, do you ever take the little bottles of shampoo or lotion from the bathroom when you leave?
Well, maybe just the ones that smell like cedarwood or sandalwood. I don't think the hotel mind, do they?
No, of course not. They want you to take them. My bathroom cabinet is like a scent diary of all my trips. I have a lotion from a trip to the mountains in Oregon, and every time I smell it, I remember the pine trees and the fresh air.
That is a very nice way to remember a trip. You know, Mia, all this talk about balconies and ice hotels, it makes me want to plan something.
Really? A real trip?
Well, we both have a lot of work right now, but maybe we could do a staycation?
A staycation. I love that idea. We stay in a hotel right here in New York City.
Yes. There is a very nice hotel near the park with a rooftop garden. We could pretend we are tourists. We can walk through the park, buy a silly souvenir, and then go to the hotel and see the city lights from the window.
Oh, Leo, that sounds wonderful. We can have a fancy dinner and then wake up to a breakfast buffet that we don't have to clean up.
And the best part is, we can leave the Do Not Disturb sign on the door and sleep as long as we want.
But what about Luna? We can't leave the CEO of the apartment alone.
My neighbor can feed her. She will be fine. She will probably enjoy having the whole sofa to herself for one night. She can chase her ghosts through the hallway without anyone stopping her.
Then it's a plan. I am going to look for my favorite slippers and my lavender candle right now. I want to be ready for our New York adventure.
I am going to check if the hotel has enough power outlets for my phone.
Wait, Leo, before we go and pack our bags, we should finish our conversation with our friends here.
You are right. I got a little bit distracted by the idea of a rooftop garden.
It's easy to get distracted when the topic is this much fun. We used a lot of hotel words today, didn't we?
We did. We talked about checking in at the lobby, room service with those tiny jars, and the breakfast buffet.
And we talked about housekeeping, boutique hotels, and the very important "do not disturb" sign.
Staying at a hotel is a small way to change your perspective. It's like a little reset button for your life, even if it's just for one night.
I agree. It makes you appreciate your own bed more when you finally come home. We hope you enjoyed our stories today. Do you have a favorite hotel memory?
Or a bad hotel story? Tell us in the comments below. Have you ever had a ghost plant in a dark hallway?
Or did you ever have to take a cold shower like me? We want to read all your experiences. It makes us feel like we are traveling with you.
And if you want to keep talking with us every week, please subscribe to our channel, Mia and Leo Talk. It helps our channel grow, and it means we can keep sharing these moments with you.
Yes, please click the subscribe button. It really makes our day.
Thank you for listening to us. We are going to go plan our little staycation now. I think I can already smell the hotel coffee.
And I can already see the view of the park. Have a beautiful, adventurous day, everyone.
Take care of yourselves, and maybe treat yourself to a little adventure soon.
Bye-bye. See you in the next video.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
See you soon.